Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And I firmly believe that right now we have started a really interesting wave for crypto regulation. This specific article here is exactly what's gonna really be trending for the next couple of months. And I firmly believe too that all of the price going down type of talk, type of FUD you are seeing right now for Bitcoin is all part of a bigger manipulation wave. And I would say that has two parts. One, China, US maybe. I don't even know exactly what places, but every one of them is trying to make you afraid. Why? Not exactly sure. Then again, the opposite side is we were all watching the same triangle. Let me quickly bring it up for you guys here. So for Bitcoin specifically, we were all watching this, if we were to load, same triangle that is now a little bit out of proportion because I was shifting a little bit. And so once it broke out to the downside, well, everybody was watching that. Everybody was noticing the same damn thing, right? So obviously people reacted in the same type of fashion too, and that's what you get. If everybody's anticipating the same thing, well, then usually you guys get it, right? If we're all expecting the price to fall down, then once it really does, people react to it in the same type of fashion. But then again, let's come back to this article right here. Bitcoin mandate El Salvador to accumulate $150 million in Bitcoin to facilitate crypto transactions. This country doing it first is most likely a really big shock to the entire world. And it was actually pulled through, passed through with super majority, 62 out of 84, becoming the first nation to accept Bitcoin as legal tender. This is going to set a wave, I think, of other countries going to try and do the same because right now there's been a first. And you guys don't know about the snowball effect. It takes one to get another one going. And right now, the start is there. So we're wondering, and everybody's wondering, what country is going to be second? What country is going to be third? When will all countries be there? Is China eventually going to switch over? What is going to happen? But I know for a fact, 100,000 whatever percent certain that this is just the start. There will be so much moving on after this. It's going to be something interesting, all right? Now, having said that, guys, if you are enjoying these daily crypto videos, make sure you press the like button to help the channel out a little bit. I've told you all before, I am doing a face reveal at 150,000 subscribers. So if you want to help out with that one too, you know what to do. And I guess my question of today should be, what country do you think will be next? Will it be the US? I don't think so. I don't think they are pioneers. I mean, if all, they should have been first to do it because it's the US. Second, I mean, it could be because they just want to roll it out as quickly as possible. Then again, that would be a little bit of a surprise to me. I'm just estimating or speculating that it will mostly be these smaller countries or countries that were already far in terms of adoption. Like, I was firstly thinking like South Korea and Japan and whatnot, but those ones actually have some really tight regulation. They're just mostly happy with professional traders and whatnot utilizing it. Now, in El Salvador, since it's official legal tender, then it's basically accessible to everybody. And a lot of these countries are actually not really ready for that. They're happy to regulate it and happy to be able to trade it or allow the trading or services for it, but mostly for professionals. And actually, it's not that friendly for all normal average Joes. And El Salvador making this move could be big, but I am still not certain and really confused even what country will be next because it's unrestricted legal tender. What a big move, huh? This is not new completely because we've been covering for a couple of days, but I just wanted to quickly make you guys aware. This could have some really, really big consequences. Now, something on the complete different side, I had some other stuff. For example, Mystery Whale returns by moving $35 million. Miner transfers 1,000 sleeping Bitcoins from 2010. There's good stuff, bad stuff. Everything you want to find is able to be found on the interwebs. The thing is, guys, the people are out there making articles which suit them best. And trust me when I say that there's always whales moving into Bitcoin. There's always whales moving out of Bitcoin. There's really often some old BTC being sent around. And there's really often some guys from way back in the day buying Bitcoin again too. The thing is though, they usually make these articles in a way that they're most interesting at the time you're watching. But Every single side of that is always happening. So please, 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 do not think that this is something you should really pay close attention to, because it's really not. This, however, on the side here is maybe pretty funny. White House tech advisor Tim Wu keeps at least $1 million in Bitcoin. Tim Wu, a top advisor to the Biden administration on technology and competition policy, holds more than $1 million in crypto, shows a recent filed financial disclosure. That's pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. All right, moving on. John Deaton said over on Twitter, "I know a lot of people feel confident about the case." Once more, referring to the Ripple versus SEC case. "And I don't blame you. We have the law and facts on our side as XRP holders, but many of us, including me, has likely underestimated the damage this lawsuit has caused Ripple and its ODL program." Because think about it, guys. Ripple, as a company, has most likely incurred millions, if not maybe billions of dollars in losses. I mean, to XRP, it was already $15 billion, but that's only the price. There's also, of course, the opportunity loss for Ripple because they've been stalled for a couple of months from operations right now. And I guess two other parts are they could have most likely had quite a lot of extra partnerships. They could have most likely just had their normal way of action. They could have kept MoneyGram as a partner. They could have, maybe been so much further just in general. And of course, the other side, which is had they had the proper clarity, well, they could have excelled even what anybody could have imagined. Then again, there's also, of course, the complete other side, which is the damages that they've been given. For example, maybe they just got some actual losses because of all of this that we cannot even comprehend just quite yet. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm thinking about it. I'm really, really thinking about it. Now, competition is fierce. As we're talking about competition here, let's quickly check it out. This is about I had a little bit of a brain fart right there. Holy smokes. This is a little bit about, it's going back. It's John Deaton, who replied to some other article from somebody else, Mac Attack, I think. Yeah, Mac Attack. Mac Attack talked about SEC threatening the court with far-reaching consequences if they lose the lawsuit. John Deaton went on a rant explaining why the SEC is doing some really, really fishy stuff. Then a little bit later, Arturo Portillo came in to say that the SEC is once more doing some fishy stuff. Let's quickly see. And John Deaton then said the court should follow the law. Now, it went on. MH said, "If the SEC is so worried, why don't they just settle?" Siren said, "I don't think Garlinghouse will accept a settlement because he knows he is right, and the subsequent amendment to law is critical moving forward." Agent said, "He wouldn't accept a settlement that gave him what he wanted, that he had a role in drafting, drop Chris Larson, Brett Garlinghouse charges, some fine for previous past actions without admission of wrongdoing, plus clarity / ability to move forward with XRP / ODL, perhaps with some limits on sales." If these were the case, if this were to be the case, they would definitely accept it because it's not that bad. It's actually really good. If they don't have to admit guilt, they can move on with maybe a couple of sanctions, but generally move on. It could be beneficial for both sides, and it could also allow the SEC, obviously, to still have some room left to wiggle some next cases against other crypto projects. Now, John Deaton said, "I know a lot of people feel confident about the case, and I don't blame you. We have the law, and we have everything on our side, but competition is fierce. Make sure you understand that." And Panda said, "Does Ripple have any key or any ground to sue the SEC for damage done? I do wonder about that too. I have no idea if that's a thing that can happen." John Deaton says, "Very unlikely. Issues of sovereign immunity are difficult to overcome. If there was evidence uncovered of conduct by government officials rising to the level of criminality, then maybe." So if it's officially seen that one of those guys did something officially criminally wrong, then yes. As of this point, no, nobody really knows exactly how or why or when or what. It's really not that easy. Then again, for right now, I would say competition is fierce, meaning there have been a couple of articles here, a couple of videos. Even I made one little small coverage video about the XRP killer. At least that's what it's dubbed. That stuff is, I would say, getting more attention than it needs to, purely because Ripple has been in the background a little bit more. I believe Ripple would have been so much further had they not had this entire ordeal going through. Then again, it will fix itself out within due time, and I don't really mind it too much. Crypto Law, which is John Deaton's company, posted, "I am concerned that the initial reaction of a regulator is always to say, I want to grab a hold of this and make it like the markets I already regulate." John Deaton now said, "When the government tries to protect people, it's usually not a good thing. All you have to do is look at the example of how the SEC protected investors by suing Ripple and XRP. And once more, guys, a little reminder there, the SEC in a part as their reply to John Deaton's motion to intervene. A motion to intervene basically meaning that they want to get into the lawsuit because they feel not properly represented. They replied and said that Ripple's side is actually encompassing all of us, or basically Ripple's side is what we are being represented by as XRP investors, and that's again the caveat of SEC. They said they're protecting us, which is why they sued Ripple. Then again, when the people who invested, which they are sworn to protect, come in and say, hey, we don't feel that way, they said, well, but you are protected by the other side, not us, which is a really interesting story. Then William Clement posted $20 million in BTC shorts liquidated in the last hour. This is already a little while ago, a couple of hours earlier today, but still interesting. A lot of people lost their money today. A lot of people who were betting for Bitcoin to go down lost their money. Let me actually pull up BITRUE on the sidelines here. The liquidation chart, I often like to bring that one up while we're at it. Just quickly taking a look. So the liquidations are not that heavy, but they're most likely skewed to the shorts. Maybe we'll see it though in a couple of hours. Right now it's looking really severely lacking, like almost no shorts whatsoever. Yeah, no, I'm not exactly sure why this is the case. You would think that at least a lot of longs would be liquidated the day before. Yesterday because we saw such a big dump, or the day before that. But it's not the case. That's peculiar. So most likely we didn't hit any specific or heavy price target. That's really interesting to me. How we didn't hit anything at all in the last couple of days. Like this breakout to the downside of the triangle that everybody was aware of didn't cause liquidations at all. Maybe because the price move in BTC in terms of percentages was actually not that high, and the price move now was anticipated in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure. But a lot of liquidations happened within 1 hour, as you can clearly see. Then again, the amount of liquidations in general were actually not that big at all. Even here, I mean, $20 million is interesting. Then again, it's for 1 hour. I mean, $20 million worth of liquidations is actually nothing. We were talking about billions of dollars worth of liquidations before. I mean, yeah, no, I'm not exactly sure what I thought, guys. I'm not exactly sure what I thought. Yeah, okay, whatever. But that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you're going to think a little bit more about the race that's going to be coming out from here on forward. It's going to be really interesting to watch. If you did enjoy it, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.